And we are live. This morning, we're talking about the life of a landlord. So often the landlord approaches us and says, what are the next steps? So we thought we'd take you very quickly through a landlord's life in the first 30 days. Stay tuned. Sienna,
Good morning.
Billy, how are you?
Very good. First day of spring today.
Oh, pinch and punch for the first day of the month.
Unbelievable. So winter is over.
Winter's over.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Winter is over. So, ladies, thank you so much for coming on this morning and educating our landlords on what to expect the first 30 days of a letting. It is very, very detailed, but if you've got a great agent on your side, it will be silky smooth and flow. But there are a lot of markers you want to hit on time along the way, and we're going to go through those markers over the next 5 minutes. So, who's starting? Illy.
Yeah. Okay. I will start off with saying that last month, August, we signed up 21 properties. And I guess it might sound complicated or hard, but it's actually not. We make it very simple, very easy, very quick. We've got amazing staff in the office. So the process is easy.
It's all about the process, huh?
That's all it is, process.
So, Illy, these guys that are coming on board with their properties, they ring you and they say, hey, I got a property, I need a rent, and can you come out and have a look? Is that it?
That's about it. So they'll call up and say, I've got an apartment or a house, it's vacant, or I'm living there, I'm thinking of moving. It can happen within 5 or 10, 20 minutes. So they'll call up, well organized, I'll grab all their details, we'll work out what we think it's worth. And then we've got amazing 3 media girls that will put together a really, really nice presentation that we take with us. We'll go out and talk, have a look at the property, decide what we think it's worth. And then hopefully they'll sign up. Most of them do. And then come back to the office and we organize Nikki, who's absolutely amazing. She does our photography, our text, organize the keys, the soundboard. And again, this can all be done in a day or two. Sometimes even in the same day. It's very quick.
And that call to get you out, it's like calling a doctor of real estate for rentals. That's a free call. So to get an agent out to say, hey, what's my place going to rent for? Don't feel obligated. Don't like you have to use the agent, and it's a free call.
That's correct. And sometimes it's not something that happens straight away. Sometimes they think it's next month or 2 months, or their life circumstances change. They might be moving, they might be going overseas. So they're getting that idea at the beginning. Then they reach out a month or two later. Some are quick, some are instant, some straight away, and others might be later.
Nice. So they throw the keys at you, they sign the paperwork.
Yep.
Then what?
So once Nikki's been, the soundboard's up, the photos are up, we'll put the text together, and then we send that a link to the owner. So they'll have a look at the text, the photos, make sure they're happy with it. We'll organize the first inspection. Now, the good things with our inspections is, again, this is something that can happen very fast. Sienna, you got a call before we started, didn't you?
Just at 7:30, walking into the office, I got a call about an inquiry about a property. So at 9 a.m., I'm off and showing that property.
Yeah.
So it starts straight away. So pretty much they've thrown the keys at you. You've done the photos. You've done the copy. Sienna's out there, and you got prospective tenants saying that looks good online. I want to go and see the real thing. So they'll call out yourself, Sienna. Great. Then what?
So another thing we'll mention is we manage about 1,500 properties, our office. And then what can happen is you've got people in tenant where they're living at the moment might be up for sale, or they might need to downgrade or upgrade. So we know that they're good tenants. That's someone else that we can put into your property. So we've already dealt with them in the past. We know they're good people. And then, isn't it? That happens as well.
Definitely.
And to give people a reference of 1,500, we're probably one of the largest rental agents in Sydney. Off the back of that, so the pool of tenants that we've got ready-made, absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Then what?
And then what? And then we'll organise the first open inspection.
Yeah.
Again, this can be on a Monday, and the first open can be up and running by Wednesday. First open, you've got Sienna. There's about 8 leasing consultants.
Yeah. About 6 to 8 of them. All of us go out on either Wednesdays and Saturdays to open up the inspections, the properties. And then we can also organise private inspections if a prospective tenant is really interested and can't make it to the open inspection.
So be ready to have your house ready and doors open twice a week as a landlord for about 15 minutes, is it?
Yeah, 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
And as a landlord, when I'm as a landlord in the first 30 days of being a landlord, when should I expect my tenant to take the property? So physically, I've thrown the keys at you and said, "Go get them, Tiger." When should I expect the tenancy to start? Like, once is that like should I start a month before renting my property out, or 2 months before, or 2 weeks?
Yes, I say a month because people tendency to give notice where they are. So, and then what happens is how quickly can it happen? So last month with the 21 that we listed, most of them, we had a promo that we don't say 81% leased after the first open. We had straight away. So we had a property at St. David listed on a Friday. By Saturday, we had a holding deposit on Saturday afternoon. It was leased. That's
It's
one
huge.
of many. Yeah, it's massive. Top dollar.
So guys, for anyone who's just tuned in, we're talking about the first 30 days of renting out your property as a landlord. Okay, great. Now we're up to
the first open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, first open. The other tip we'd like to give to tenants as well is, and to the owners as well, is we'll have an application for your property without it physically being open, isn't it?
Yeah. And we also suggest if you wanted to come see the property, put your application in first. If you do like the property online, then we have all your information. And once you get to the property of the open inspection and you want to decide to proceed with your application, it will make our lives way easier. And also we can notify the landlord that we do have an application and he's come and see the property and we can start proceeding it through.
Yeah.
And something that a really good edge and great. It's a good edge for the landlord because they're getting tenants quicker. It's a good edge for the tenant because they're not missing it all the time. A lot of tenants, it's good advice to give because a lot of tenants, they love it, and to fill out that application is a bit of a pain in the arse, and it can take time between work, children, baby, schools, all that life. So to get that prep done prior just means you won't miss it. You'll jump on it.
Exactly. And then you'll come through and you'll say to us, yes, I love it, I wish to proceed, and you're the first one in. And then Sienna and the team will process the application thoroughly. So they'll check work references, previous rental history, make sure you've got enough money in the bank to cover the bond, the rent. The tenant will have to pay 2-week holding deposit to secure the property.
Yep.
But before they do so, we'll present the applications to the owner. Yep. So they'll make the final decision.
So I'm an owner, open house is finished, I'll get a call from you, and hopefully that call will be, we had lots of people through, we've got a couple of good applications.
One good one.
We only need one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a landlord and I say, Ileana, thank you. That sounds great. Sienna's done all the checks on the application, and then what?
And then what? We'll call the tenant, tell them the good news. Normally on the other side, you'll hear them screaming, happy, thank you so much.
Almost in tears.
Yeah, almost in tears. This is life change. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's always a happy response, isn't it?
Yeah.
Once you ring up and say you've been approved. We'll take the 2-week holding deposit.
Yes.
And that the property is theirs. We won't show it to anyone else. It's offline.
Yeah. It's
then
secure.
you call the owner and you tell them, I've got that 2-week holding deposit. Then you're getting that screaming response again.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. Well done. You know, it's always positive, isn't
Yeah.
it?
You know, it is like very rewarding as a leasing consultant giving off a property that someone applied for that really wants it.
Yeah.
And it can also, on the tenant's perspective side, it can be also very stressful. But as the leasing consultant, you know, we really want to make sure that we have the right tenant that's in the property to make sure that the landlord is getting rent on time as well.
Absolutely. And I think as a landlord, you do get landlords that are great landlords and landlords that are bad landlords. And part of being, if you do choose a quality agent, they'll nurse you through that.
Exactly.
Sometimes landlords are too great, and you have to calm the farm a little bit, as in they're overly generous. And sometimes landlords are really stressed, you know, so you need to help them, work with them, explain things, step them through. So we found a tenant, the tenant's moving into the property. What do you do next? And we're talking about the first 30 days of a landlord's life.
Yeah. So then we'll flip the signboard that was at the front saying lease. Just to let everyone know that's looking in the street that it's been done. Yeah, it's gone. Then we will organize the tenant to sign their lease.
Yeah.
Pay 4-week bond. The tenant always has to be 2 weeks in advance with their rent.
Yeah.
Then the bond is done. The leases are signed.
Yeah.
And then they will organize extra keys.
Yeah.
So you as the owner will give us extra keys for the tenant, or we can get them cut for you.
Yeah.
We can also organize with the owners that we pay them mid-monthly. So mid-month and end of the month. Some people like to see the money coming through more often. So that needs to be organized. Then Sienna will deal with the tenant.
Yeah. So on my side, I essentially get the ingoing condition report, all the photos.
Hundreds of photos, isn't it? Very detailed.
Yeah. And we always, you know, also on the tenant's perspective, you know, it's always good for them to take photos when they do move into the property, because it's better if, you know, we didn't catch something in those photos that they have it when they move out.
So, and as a landlord, just to know, there's probably about internally, and you won't get access to it, you won't see it as a landlord, but internal, there's probably about 130 to 150 pages of documentation to make sure that the execution of a tenant is done properly. And we've made, embarrassing to admit, but we've made every mistake. So because of the vast amount of properties that we rent out, we've made every mistake. So it's good choosing an agent that just does such high volume, because it's a bit like McDonald's stuffing up a burger. It sort of doesn't happen. This landlord's, the first 30 days of a landlord's life is detailed. Hey, but from the landlord's perspective, it's this is like a duck going along the water with the legs, the feet going crazy, but or a swan. It looks nice and smooth for the landlord. You there?
Yeah, we're here. Sorry, the phone's ringing. We've got someone ready.
Okay, so what's next? So documentation, sign, the keys are handed over, are they?
They sign a key sheet. We make sure we lodge all the keys that they've taken. And then tenant moves in.
And then is it 3 months that we do the routine inspection? And then one of our team will go over to the property and do a routine inspection, make sure the property is in good condition.
And what a routine inspection looks like is one of the staff members will go in with their phone. They'll do a recording of the property and then upload it onto YouTube. To the owner, we'll send them a YouTube link saying, here's your 3-month routine inspection. This is how the property presents. If there's any repairs or anything that needs to be done, we'll address it with the owner and the tenant. Usually it doesn't happen, does it, Sienna?
Oh, I mean, there's some cases, but being here for 2 months, I haven't seen something that's terribly gone wrong. But as the leasing consultant, I don't do the routine inspections. So you'll have way more knowledge on it.
Yeah, so routines are normally smooth sailing. You'll go in, make sure everything presents well, nice and clean. If there's anything that needs to be rectified, we organise it. The owner gets their payment, like I said, mid-month, end of the month.
Yep.
And that's it.
And that is a landlord's life in the first 30 days when being looked after by a professional real estate agent. Makes me not want to be a landlord by myself.
No, definitely not.
And you want to have a pro there. And something I just remembered is also if you're really stressed about the process as a landlord, you can take out landlord insurance against your tenant.
Yes.
How much is it?
About $380 a year.
Okay,
Fund.
perfect.
Business
So that's
is starting.
awesome.
This is booming.
So, all right, happy days, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sienna.
Hopefully, landlords that are going to be renting out their property in the next couple of months are going to use this video to help them. Or if you have any friends or family out there that you want to forward this to because they're considering the process, hopefully we can help you with the process we talked about today.
Yeah, give us a call, 8978-6888. We never sleep.
Yes. It's the no-knock difference.
Cheesy. You guys are legends. Well done, Illy. Well done on a big month for you with introducing so many landlords and helping them out. And Sienna, good on you for being such a confident leasing consultant in such a short time.
Stop.
This girl is too good. She's too good.
Legends. All right, take care. See ya.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye.